Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the XEL demo. The full game's coming out in a couple of months, but Tiny Roar and Assemble Entertainment were kind enough to reach out to me and sponsor this video. So XEL is a 3D action RPG, kind of reminiscent of a Zelda game, but a little bit more sci-fi, and with its own visual style. I really like the look of it. I've had my eye on this one actually for a little while, and so when they were kind enough to reach out, I was like, oh yeah, perfect opportunity. And then I realized the demo had been out for a little while, and I'm like, well, timing's good, I guess.
Ugh, turn that excitement down a notch, would ya? Ugh, what the? And who are you, anyway? Nice to meet you, chap. My name is... Wait. Who am I? Oh no, no. This can't be happening. I don't even recall this place. Am I in a freaking forest? And what the hell am I doing in a crashed spaceship? If I'm something like a fancy astronaut, I seem to really suck at it. All right. Breathe. There's an explanation for everything. So, one thing after the other. Where the heck are we, little guy? The garden? Whose garden exactly? Cell? Just XEL? Doesn't ring a bell, but it seems you know what you're talking about. All right, little buddy, let's check out this garden and look for that mysterious cell person. Let's hope they have the tools to remove this rock that hurts like hell out of my face.
Alright, quick question. Can I load data back to title? Inventory system. Doesn't look like I can do anything with the settings. Okay. No, actually the resolution's fine. For whatever reason the cutscene was low res. I can't imagine that's going to last.
To be honest,
it's probably just...
this place is really beautiful. In a weird and kind of creepy way.
It's probably just an element of the demo and nothing more. Now, can I attack? I can roll. I have a stamina wheel, which... Oh boy, that comes back slow, so you gotta be careful with that one. You can't just dodge left and right and feel like... Oh wait, what if I can dodge across the river? I bet that's actually the case. Oop. Well, that wasn't quite a dodge, but I'll take it. Oh man, I'm actually really digging this. Mainly from the camera perspective and a couple other things. I love, like, puzzle action RPGs. There aren't a whole lot, just in general. I wonder if I don't even need to... Yeah, I don't even need to hit the dodge button. Doesn't look like I can climb this. I was hoping I could reach that plant up there. But... anything that is, like, kind of vaguely derivative of how the old Zelda games worked.
Pretty punchy. Boom! No death trap? I'm almost a little bummed out right now.
You know, anything kind of reminiscent of that style is exciting for me because, oddly enough, despite the fact...
Why is there so much tech in a forest?
Despite the fact that it was such an important, like, touchstone game and series for a while, please let me grab this. Were I in her position, I'd arm myself with the nearest large heavy object.
This looks easy to break, but not with bare hands.
Just in case. And there's that wrench thing back there, but I bet we have to go further ahead. And
wait, this place is no forest? Storage for what? Why do I even ask?
But yeah, despite the fact that, you know, the Zelda games were such a touchstone, you really didn't actually see a whole lot of games follow suit.
My head! I think this thing...
Override save file. Heck yeah.
Wow, that's much better. It looks pretty when it's fixed. What does this pillar do exactly, chap? Chronal energy distributing it? What does this even mean? is it shooting at me? I don't care who it thinks I am.
There we go. But yeah, so despite the fact that it was such an important game and game series, you really didn't see a whole lot of games actually following suit. And so I've noticed a number of indie games starting to, you know, actually follow the old formula and then push it further. And I think this is actually one of the first sci-fi games in kind of the 3D action adventure genre, at least in this manner. I'm sure people can come up with all sorts of explanations of like, but what about this game or this game or this game? But like, I don't know, from my perspective, I always felt like there was a specific style to this
Nope.
like a specific style, a specific combination of features that had to be present, otherwise it didn't feel right. And so this is one of the first ones that I'm immediately like, oh, this feels exactly like this. Except for sci-fi, which actually from my perspective is kind of huge. I don't know about you guys, but sci-fi and sci-fantasy are by and far my favorite genres. I don't mind more just base fantasy. Key card. Opens nearby areas permanently. I wonder if this actually has a little bit more Metroidvania mixed in. It might. Because I will admit, like, there's a fine line between a old school Zelda-like and a Metroidvania. And most of it just has to do with the fact that you don't really backtrack that much in most Zelda games. You know, once you're done with the temple, you're done with it for good. I doubt this works, but time to find out. Oh, I see. So no, it does have to just be here. Unless I've broken it. Huh. Can't push it in further. Whoops, that's the map. I guess it's fine. It's not fine. Oops. Okay, so this time I'm not going to trap myself between wall and box. Hopefully that's something that gets fixed for the actual release, but once again, whenever I play these demos, I'm more interested in like, does this demo... Oh wow, I trapped myself right before... I soft locked myself right before the save point too. Ouch. Whatever. I was expecting that would heal me. Maybe that's a feature we get later. I don't entirely know. But for demos, I'm more interested in, does it work? Does it look nice? You know, does it play well? Do I see the potential for myself to enjoy this for X number of hours when it's done? And I'm not super interested in like, is it perfect? Because this is not the release candidate version of the game. So hopefully that gets smoothed out and fixed by the time it comes out. It should. Be very strange for it not to be. Especially because I can't imagine I'm going to be the only person trapping themselves between a box and a hard place along the way. But no, I love this visual style. It's... I could think of a couple other games that I could start comparing this to, but I don't want to go into that rabbit hole.
What's that shiny thing up ahead? Let's check it out.
You know, I was actually kind of hoping that we'd end up with like a wrench weapon or something like that. It's a sword. That's fine. I love non-traditional weaponry sometimes. But I do know that this game is supposed to have a decent variety of weapons to choose from, and abilities and power-ups and other stuff. So if we're lucky, I can, you know, not just use sword.
Much trash.
Looks like there's a bunch of dead robots up there too. Which is a little eerie. Very near. But yeah, it's this kind of light 3D cartoony style that I rather enjoy.
Beaut. Another man's trash is this gal's way to kick some ass.
Did she just come pre-equipped? Wait, did she have that sheath on her back beforehand, or did it just appear out of nowhere? I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to remember if it was there or not. And I am absolutely coming up with a blank. I don't think it was there. B to attack. Oh, really? So circle on a controller. for this controller.
Get away from me! Why do they want to kill me? I'm not
Okay, green circuit board. Precious materials that'll be worth
intruding on purpose.
it to someone, and then also fruit. We're an intruder. It's true.
Whoa. Okay. Seems like we're taking this way now.
Okay, anything else in here? Not really. I'm trying to keep an eye out for secrets, but I can't pan the camera in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be a little difficult to identify some of them.
I have a bad feeling about this place.
There we go. Got a little bit, and then, yeah, we've got these weird murder bots. Okay. So I was worried about my stamina not coming back fast enough, but it looks like it's fine, at least for now. Eventually, if we really have to start dodging, hopefully we get some upgrades that speed up our stamina regen. That's probably going to be the case. Wow, they're generous with save points. Might be a tutorial thing more than anything else, but either way. Okay. Huh. Okay. So, don't do that. I gotta find a shield or figure out how to parry. Because currently I have a dodge, and the dodge does not come with iframes installed. Hopefully we've got one somewhere around here. But yeah, the dodge is much more of just traversal than anything else. Another fruit. Hopefully it doesn't tell me fruit every time we find it. Ooh. It will. I mean, it's not too bad, but that's definitely something I'd like to see removed in the full version. I had the same problem in Skyward Sword, if I remember right. The original one was just like, hey, you found a thing. You found the same thing. You found the same thing. Red herbs. A lot of materials here to mess around with. Oh no, it actually does disappear. Maybe it's an issue with saving. That when you reload, it resets. I bet that's exactly it. The game wasn't expecting me to die so much. It's fine. Look, I don't know. I thrive on experimentation and failure. That might be a unusual state of being for somebody in my profession. You know, usually there's kind of the demand for perfection, but on my end, I love losing
to find a
and
human
learning.
in this place. I hope it's okay if I borrow this from you for a bit.
No.
This should give us some protection against lasers and other crap they throw at us.
That's cool. Raised with right trigger. I like it. I'm trying to remember which character is stuck in my head, but they had a shield that would, like, unfurl on their wrist. And yeah, for the life of me, cannot think of it. It's a bit of a shame. That's we've got this open, so I think we just want to head back the way we came, unless there was a shortcut that I missed. Not a big deal, because we want to go down that hallway with the guns. Okay. Can't do that. It does cost me stamina, so I have to be at least somewhat careful in that regard. Okay, I'm just gonna hang back here. There we go. I guess I can target it, so I don't have to worry. Whoops. There we go. Well, it's fine. I'll get more. And we get the key card. Perfect. I can target it, so I don't have to worry about being slightly off angle. I don't remember what game I played a long time ago, but I had to, like, aim directly at whatever I was trying to block or parry from. And if you weren't, like, locked on, it was a solid 50-50. It was an iffy 50-50 on whether or not you'd actually, you know, get the shot in. I should see if I can actually parry. But maybe I have to unlock parrying later. Oh well, we'll figure it out. But in this one, it seems like it's got decent coverage. I got these weird ring things.
That's better.
No, it looks like that's just purely environmental. It looks like they're supposed to be grapple points or something, and I was like, wow. It'd be pretty wild if I got a grappling hook so early on in the game. Wouldn't necessarily be the first time, but it would be unusual. Okay, don't do that. Let's see. So we just go back. Unless I can bash that door open. No, why would I be able to bash that open if it opened the interior door? Maybe there's a faster way to go back. I might have actually been able to drop down from where I was, but it's fine. I second guess a little bit when it comes to routes just because, you know, there's always that question of, well, could I have taken a more direct path? And the answer is, no, not really. No, I don't think I could have hopped through that. There are a couple of boxes there. But I don't think we need green circuits that bad. I mean, especially because we're in a demo. Whenever I play a demo, you know, the idea of being thorough kind of doesn't apply. You know, what's the point of it? If progress transfers over, maybe? Ow. Okay, let's not do that. Shinies. Oops. Not be there, and they're gone. Alright, cool. Delete that. If progress gets carried over between a demo and the main game, okay, maybe then I'll consider it. But even then, that one's kind of tough. Heartberries. Very nutritious, perfect for making candy. Should not be consumed raw. What happens if I consume it raw? Yeah, I love it when the demo transfers over for a game, but on the flip side, I don't like the act of waiting, if that makes sense. Or waiting, or like, that like disconnect. It's not that I'm an impatient person, you know, at this point, I can't afford to be. But it's one of those where if I've played something before, but then I have to wait for like a couple months to actually get access to it again, I'd rather honestly just come back to it and start fresh. Just so I don't have that like disconnect between what I experienced then and, you know, whatever the finished version is. I have the same problem with a lot of early access games. It's just like, well, I could play the early access game extensively, but I know it's going to be the inferior version. And also just like, you know, maybe I could pick up from where I left off. But even then, I'm going to feel like disconnected from the whole game because I started early. No, sorry. Because of that head start, I don't feel like I've... There's a way to put this, but I can't put my finger on it, but it's also possibly irrelevant to this game. I don't think they're taking the early access route. I'm just on a ramble. Allergies are hitting me hard this week.
Hey, I recognize this place. Let's check out what's changed.
I feel kind of bad for fighting the robots. They make slightly cute noises. Alright. I guess I should probably target them, but eh. I also don't... Oh. No, we should probably go back to the very, very beginning. Let's check the map. Huh. Okay. Oh. The map is actually just like zones. It's not the immediate area. I was hoping to expand the mini-map somehow. But it doesn't look like it. Target, time core, inventory system. Nope. Oh. And if you hold up on the D-pad, it brings you straight to the map. Or right on the D-pad? Up or right? Interesting. Alright.
Yeah.
Let's go break these boxes over here at the very least. Oh, something the troops. Abolish the troops. So it's probably support the troops, but somebody graffitied the abolish part on. So it is clear, well, it is clear that there was a society here. I mean, go figure who else would have built this. But then, not human, and also might have fallen into some kind of terrible disaster or just societal unrest, and everybody just said, you know what, screw this place, we're out. Which, I don't know. In a sci-fi environment, I sometimes wonder about that. I guess it's probably not as inescapable as I think it is, but I always wonder if, like, in a sci-fi society, why it doesn't just fragment more based on people's ethos? Maybe not ethos, but like what they want. You know, on Earth, you're kind of stuck because it's small, but in space, it's functionally infinite. So unless you have an equally infinite number of people to fill that space, you know, if shit gets bad, maybe you just leave. But on the flip side, a lot of people might not want to leave. You know, people have roots down. Which, speaking of, now that I'm looking at this is a nicely, like, textured and painted tree. I talk about hand-painted textures often as something that I wish more games were willing to utilize.
Yuck, 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 yuck. Why is this so warm?
I don't know. It looks perfectly clear to me.
Boom.
Okay,
No
can't.
death trap? I'm almost a little bummed out right now.
I think I broke him.
Nice.
Or maybe he just didn't have an AI to begin with, and I just murdered a totally defenseless little robot creature. Oops, there was a berry. Whatever, I'll go back up. I feel like she should have dialogue for rolling in the water, now that I'm thinking about it.
Ooh, shiny.
You know, if she really did not like even stepping in the water, I feel like rolling and therefore putting her head in the water would be even worse. And just puking noises for a bit. Cables! Wow, so there must really be a crafting system then. Hopefully we get to experience just a little bit of it before we go. I think the demo is supposed to be somewhat extensive, but I could be wrong. Oh, there's a back hop that might actually take less stamina than just a full roll. Anyway, so this is the barrier that I couldn't break through earlier, which... fair. I think on a personal level, there's always that kind of feeling of like, yeah, but can't I just, like, climb over it? Climbed a fence for the first time in, like, a couple decades a week ago. And I was just like, wow, this is harder than I remember it being. But I was a kid, and I could just easily stick my feet through, like, a chain link fence without any issues. Whereas now I'm most assuredly not a kid, nor a squid, and can't do such monkey business. Yeah, I'm not even going to think about parrying for at least a little while. There we go. Oh, wait, no. Huh.
I'll take that.
I like the hops. They make a lot of sense. Rolling makes sense too. But I think from a dodge perspective, rolling makes a little bit less sense. I swear I've seen a YouTube video where somebody's like, yeah, I'm going to try and use Dark Souls fighting techniques and see how effective that would be in like a regular fight. And the answer was, not at all. But it makes a lot of sense within Dark Souls.
Let's hope this'll finally get us out of this junkyard. And bam! Come on. There's nothing to turn around. What the?
I guess this is vengeance for all
Okay,
those.
Sleeping Beauty. You want to dance? Let's dance. Ah!
Okay, can't do that. Ow, 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 ow.
I need to hit that engine while it's cooling off.
Oh, I see. Hit it in the back. Can't target him at the moment. Oops. And I don't see anything to hide behind. Maybe I have to actually be much further out. Ow. Might take another shot. We will see. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything to hide behind. Nope, that was not it. Nah, let's try that again. I took too much damage in the beginning. I'll have to see if I can figure out how to dodge that other one. They do not give you a whole lot of time to immediately dodge. I wonder what the tell is on where it's going to go. Because it shows you the spot where it's going to be shooting, but it does not give you a whole lot of time to get out of there. Luckily, I can just skip the cutscene.
You want to dance? Let's dance.
Nope. I don't know, actually.
Hit that engine while it's cooling off.
Okay, there's the answer. I have to stay away while it's in this state. I think I might actually have my positioning reversed. Okay, it's doing that. Ow. Ow. Yeah, this might take one more try. So, I have to be close to it, but I have to stay away from its face. More or less, I need to be on its backside. Ah. Yeah, if I don't take that first hit, I'll be fine. It's just... Boy. It's a bit rough. It's fine. I fought worse.
Let's hope this will finally get us out of this. Okay, Sleeping Beauty. You want to dance?
How many tries did it take me to kill the Asylum Demon the first time I played Dark Souls? I realized that's nothing particularly special, but for me, I didn't notice the alternate path at first, so I just like fought the damn thing. I fought the damn thing just in the middle of the courtyard with a busted ass sword because that's what you do, right? Interesting how much faster it turns when you're up close to it. Okay, is it gonna do another beam or is it gonna freak out? It's freaking out. Whoop. Oh, there's a little bit of the environment to get stuck on right here. There you go. Well, it's fine. That's the first hit I've taken, so I've got a lot more HP. Oh, that's a useful thing to note. It never shoots in the same spot twice. So I might as well just aim specifically for where it just shot as a safety zone. Yeah, that was a lot smoother.
Not bad. Whoa. Keep it cool.
I almost just got fried to a crisp by this gigantic and stupid Overwatcher. Overseer, and you show up all cloaky-dokey with this way too relaxed attitude, so no, mister, I will not keep it cool.
All right. I get it. I'm sorry. So, you're not with them?
Them? Dude, I don't even know where I am or who I am.
Wait, you came down with that ship, right?
More like I came crashing down in it, yeah. Are you XEL?
Follow me.
Oh, they're really showing off that flamethrower. Grabby arm? Okay. So it looks like the demo's a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. Ooh, fire? Some kind of... Oh, right, there's time manipulation. I know that's one aspect of this game. Wow, yeah, it looks like you really get to use the grabby arm for a couple of things. It's not just for grabbing enemies, it's actually grabbing yourself up to enemies as well. Okay. I was hoping the demo would be a little longer than that, but it makes sense, and it's fine. Got through the first level, fought the first boss. I just wanted to see the crafting system, because considering how many things I was getting, I'm super curious on what I can do with that. But, with all that said, I can't go any further. It's the nature of demos, and frankly, it's fine. We only have to wait a couple of months before this comes out. But I like this game a lot so far from what I see. Obviously, a couple of rough edges that need to get smoothed over, but that's hardly an issue. Namely, just resolution in the cutscenes and the one small soft lock of trapping myself between a box and a wall. Which, honestly, entirely avoidable and easy, probably, hopefully, to fix. But otherwise, the game functions quite well. It uses a fairly familiar isometric action combat style. And, you know, I know there's going to be parrying. There's a grappling hook to mess around with. We already have blocking and dodging enabled, and hopefully we get to upgrade those in interesting ways too. And, I mean, we've seen that there's a couple of different weapons to mess around with. A flamethrower and the sword, at least. Hopefully there's some more interesting things like big swords or a spear, or some, like, really wild weaponry too. I don't know. Sky's the limit, and hopefully they deliver on some of that at the very least. Okay, so there's a couple of talking points I might as well just grab from the main Steam page. And here, I'm just going to bring you... That's not the right monitor. Excuse me, computer. It's been funky lately. But... So we've only seen kind of part of the game. There seems to be more of a society. It's got this, like, weird, decaying sci-fi cobbled together look that I rather enjoy. It fits as a setting. And then there's enough stuff like this that has that level of intrigue, you know, what is going on here? I always like that. That's probably one of the better things about sci-fi for me, especially when it gets mysterious. It's like, well, what is this setting? Why is it working the way it's working? What happened here? And kind of piecing it together. And if they've got time-bending puzzles, then maybe there's kind of the aspect of, like, swapping back and forth between future and past repeatedly to, you know, maybe move things around and whatnot. Which is kind of neat. So what else is there? Yep, upgrade your weapon, shield, and gadgets, kick more ass. Well-crafted combat system, dodging, parrying, yep, saw that. Unique abilities that let you jump through time to traverse prior inaccessible abilities or encounter foes in a weaker state and bend the rules of space. That's interesting to me. I haven't seen a whole lot of games mess with that. There have been a couple, but few have, like, fully delivered, and so I'm curious about it. And also, it's fully voice acted, which, you know, I kind of appreciate. I like the fact that we don't just have a silent protagonist. Obviously, they are an amnesiac, but that actually doesn't happen that much in sci-fi. It's more of a fantasy trope. And honestly, she has enough of a personality that amnesia is not her only character trait so far. So, I guess with all of that said, you guys can download the XEL demo now yourselves. That's not it. There it is. I was like, these are other games. Orbital Bullet's good. For sure, but no, you can download the XEL demo now. Don't know how long it's gonna last. Up on Steam, but it's probably gonna last at least until the end of the next fest, maybe a little bit past. And otherwise, the game will actually be out sometime in summer of 2022. My bet would probably be August, just because. It seems fairly far along, but it's one of those where, you know, give reasonable expectations and time for the developers to meet them. But I guess with all of that said, one last thank you to Tiny Roar and Assemble for sponsoring this video. It was a ton of fun, and I can't wait for the full version. Because I'd like to get a little bit further. I'd like to mess around with some of the other items. I'd love to see how the crafting system works, and gadgets and gizmos, and some of the plot. But for now, I guess thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.